The subject matter is pretty, intense and controversial, and a lot of people have different attitudes towards deportation, and and especially this idea of being adopted from a different country, and then money is exchanged, and then you get placed, and then the country doesn't do the best job of making sure this kid is okay, and then ultimately finding loopholes to deport these people. I think there's a lot to unpack there, whether you agree with it or don't. I'm not telling, in this film, I'm not telling you what to think. I'm just presenting one family story, and you make your own judgments. A big theme of this film is family is the family that you choose. When the folks watching this interview, maybe you guys watched the film already or haven't watched the film already, but when you do watch the film, that's a question I pose is Antonio tells Jesse, hey, you might not look like me, we might not even share the same blood, but I choose you, so that's stronger, the fact that the action of choice is much stronger in terms of our bond as a family than, some blood tie, and that's what he's trying to comfort Jesse with, and I think, that's also a question I'm posing for the audience, and I'm challenging that question throughout the film. Reading these stories really broke my heart because I can't imagine growing up and being kind of, questioning your identity, and then on top of that, the country that you thought you could at least say was yours, for them to tell you, no, you're not even an American, and, kick you out, I think is a very, emotional thing. So that's how I came to it, and but I immediately, when I started learning about this happening, I felt a need to make a film about it, to at least bring up the conversation. I'm Korean. I was born in the US, but I'm Korean, and I think all of my films have, you're talking about longing, right? And all my films have a theme of two things. Han, which is an internal fire, and that can be manifested in a lot of different ways. And Chong, right? Brotherhood and the love for a fellow human and countrymen and all that stuff. And I think one thing I try to do in all my films is bring that ideology of that sense of, these unexplainable things that can't be explained in English to an American setting. And because that's part of who I am, and it's a conversation that I'm interested in exploring it within the American narrative. So that's, the sense of longing, I think it coincides sometimes with Chung, and then the search for identity and the search for belonging and the search for, to me, that's Han in this particular film. I mean, it manifests itself in different ways in all my films. I would like this film to bring awareness so that, I could help them be the voice and their voices to possibly be heard and for things to happen. I think that'd be just a true blessing and a sort of something really positive that can come out of this film. I really do feel for these people. And when I do look at these Korean American adoptees, I do feel like they're my brothers and sisters. And and I just want to make it clear, this isn't just happening to Korean people. The people who are getting adopted are, also Indian, Chinese, from Africa, from Africa and all over the world, Mexico. So I hope that this film can also open up the conversation to all adoptees who are getting deported. that would be truly, fantastic. And if this movie could do that, I think it goes just beyond art then, and I think it's something that can be very, very positive for a lot of people.
Jesse, why you call me Dad?
Because I'm my dad.
Because you chose me, just like I choose you.
ICE took him.
I don't understand how they can deport him. He was adopted.
I was brought here when I was 3. I'm not leaving my family.
You know I'd go to the moon with you, right?
Don't go!
Hey, baby girl, I ain't going nowhere.
ブルーバイユー